WWE just made the biggest mistake of 2026 by letting Trick Williams walk up to Rey Fenix backstage at SmackDown and issue a challenge, because what you're about to witness is either the birth of the greatest rivalry between styles in modern wrestling or the complete exposure of everything wrong with how WWE develops their NXT call-ups. And I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that this one backstage confrontation has divided the entire wrestling community into two camps. Those who understand what Trick Williams is trying to accomplish and those who think he just signed his own career death warrant by challenging one of the most dangerous high-flyers on the planet. Buckle up, because this analysis is going to make you rethink everything you thought you knew about both these incredible performers. Let me paint the picture for everyone who missed this absolutely insane moment. Trick Williams, the current NXT champion who's been dominating Developmental for months, walked into the SmackDown locker room area with his title over his shoulder and that trademark confidence that either makes you love him or want to see him get humbled. He's been teasing a main roster call-up for weeks, dropping hints in interviews, posting cryptic messages on social media, making it clear he thinks he's ready for the big time. And apparently WWE agreed because there he was, backstage at SmackDown in the same building as the main roster elite. Rey Fenix was sitting on an equipment crate, taping up his wrists, minding his own business. For those who don't know, Rey Fenix is one half of the legendary Lucha Brothers tag team, a man who's performed in AAA, Impact, AEW, and now WWE. He's literally wrestled all over the world, won championships on multiple continents, and earned respect from every single wrestler who's ever shared a ring with him. His style is so unique, so fluid, so impossible to prepare for that he's made world champions look foolish. But Trick Williams did exactly that. He walked right up to Fenix, stood there until Fenix looked up, and said these exact words. "I heard you're the best high flyer in WWE. I'm here to prove you're not even the best athlete in this building." The disrespect, the audacity, the absolute confidence required to say that to Rey Fenix's face is either next-level self-belief or complete delusion, and I'm genuinely not sure which one it is. Drop in the comments right now. Is Trick Williams fearless or foolish for challenging Rey Fenix? Because there's a thin line between confidence and career suicide, and Trick might have just crossed it. Fenix's reaction was perfect. He didn't get angry. He didn't immediately accept. He just smiled, slowly stood up, and walked closer to Trick until they were face to face. Then Fenix said something in Spanish, turned to the camera, and translated, "You have no idea what you just asked for. That's not trash talk, that's a warning." That's a veteran telling a young lion that he's about to get an education he's not prepared for. Here's where this gets absolutely fascinating from a wrestling perspective. Trick Williams represents everything modern WWE Developmental has become. Athletic, charismatic, media-trained, polished, ready for television. He's got the look, the promo skills, the catchphrases, the social media presence. He's a star in the making according to WWE's current formula. But he's also relatively inexperienced compared to someone like Fenix. Trick's entire career has been in WWE's system, learning WWE's style, working WWE's schedule, performing for WWE's audience. Rey Fenix represents the catastrophic injuries and come back stronger. He came up through the brutal Mexican independent scene where safety isn't guaranteed. His experience is measured in broken bones. He learned lucha libre from masters of countries most wrestlers then adapted his style to work in American promotions. So when these two worlds collide, promotions, when WWE's homegrown talent challenges the international veteran, something has to give. Either Trick proves that WWE's developmental system has evolved to the point where their graduates can hang with anybody from any background, or Fenix proves that there are levels to this game that can only be reached through years of suffering in venues that don't have medical staff standing by. The challenge was accepted immediately by WWE management, according to reports. They're booking Trick Williams versus Rey Fenix for next week's SmackDown, and I genuinely believe this match is going to be a career-defining moment for both men. If Trick wins or even has a competitive match, he instantly legitimizes himself as a main roster player. If Fenix dominates him, it exposes the gap between NXT success and main roster readiness. Question for the comments. Who wins this match, Trick Williams or Rey Fenix? And does the result even matter as much as the performance? Let me know your predictions because I'm seeing wildly different opinions on social media. Let's break down what makes this matchup so compelling from a pure wrestling standpoint. Trick Williams is what we'd call a sports entertainer in the best sense of that term. He's athletic enough to do impressive moves, charismatic enough to connect with any audience, and smart enough to know how to work a crowd. His matches are structured, his spots are planned, his execution is clean. He's everything WWE wants their wrestlers to be. His style isn't just reliable, marketable, and safe. He does offense that shouldn't be possible, power, transitions that don't make surprising agility for someone his size. Counters that come from angles you didn't know existed. Well, and watching legitimate knockout power is like watching someone who learned finisher the trick shot completely different instruction manual than everyone else. His speed is incomprehensible. Not just fast, but accelerate and decelerate instantly fast. He can be standing still and then suddenly be halfway across the ring before your brain processes that he moved. His balance is supernatural. He lands on ropes, turnbuckles, and barriers in positions that should be impossible to maintain. And his timing is so precise that he makes incredibly dangerous moves look routine while making routine moves look incredibly dangerous. Here's what terrifies me for Trick Williams. You can't prepare for Rey Fenix in a WWE Performance Center ring. You can't simulate what it's like to wrestle someone who moves like water, who's always 3 steps ahead of where you think he is, who can counter your offense from positions that shouldn't allow counters. Trick's entire career has been built on being more athletic and more prepared than his opponents. But what happens when he faces someone who's more experienced, more creative, and equally athletic? The psychological warfare has already begun, and this is where Trick might actually have an advantage. He's a better promo than Fenix, more comfortable on the microphone, better at getting inside his opponent's head with words. In the days since that Backstage challenge, Trick's been cutting promos about how he's the future and Fenix represents the past, how high-flying is outdated and the modern athlete is superior, people will say it was booked that how way NXT has evolved beyond what the independent scene produces. If he loses, people will say he wasn't ready even though Trick's technically stayed in as a babyface. This is the problem without being WWE's developmental system, confident that nobody wants to admit. But NXT has become so polished, so professional, so carefully constructed that it sometimes creates stars who look amazing in that environment but struggle when thrown into the chaos of the main roster. Not because they're not talented, but because the style is different, the pace is different, the expectations are different. Trick Williams has been protected in NXT. He's been built as the face of the brand, given the best storylines, matched with opponents who make him look good, and allowed to develop his character at a measured pace. That's not a criticism, that's how developmental should work. But the main roster doesn't protect anybody. You're thrown into the deep end and expected to swim, and if you drown, there are 10 other people waiting to take your spot. Rey Fenix, on the other hand, has never been protected by anyone. He's earned every accolade through matches that left him battered and broken. He's proven himself in front of hostile crowds, in matches where one wrong move could end his career, in promotions that didn't care about his health or safety. That kind of experience creates a different kind of wrestler, one who's battle-tested in ways that Performance Center training can't replicate. So when these two meet in the ring, we're not just watching two wrestlers, and I know this is going to upset some people. We're watching Trick Williams is going to lose this match, and he should lose this match. WWE's not a model versus not a squash, the independent grind, but a competitive controlled loss that teaches him he's not as ready as he thinks he is. Safety and structure the best thing that could happen to Trick's career is learning humility before he gets to the main roster permanently. Comment below if you agree or if you think Trick should win to establish himself immediately. This is the debate that's going to define how we view this match. The story WWE should tell with this match is simple. Talent and confidence aren't enough when you're facing someone with more experience and different skills. Trick should get a fence, should show he belongs in the ring with Fenix, should prove he's not out of his depth. But ultimately, Fenix's experience and unique style should be the difference. Trick loses, learns, comes back stronger, and uses this match as motivation to improve the areas where he fell short. That's long-term storytelling. That's character development. That's how you build a star who feels earned rather than manufactured. But WWE doesn't always think long-term, and there's a real possibility they have Trick win clean to immediately establish him on SmackDown. Which would be a mistake, in my opinion, because it would rob both men of the story that makes this matchup meaningful. The other option, and this might be the smartest booking, credibility, is a non-finish, and we get multiple matches, double count out, time limit draw, one and done. Something that leaves the question unanswered for both men's futures, because the implications Trick doesn't lose his momentum. For Trick Williams, this is his audition for the main roster. Every WWE executive will be watching to see if he can hang with main roster talent, if his charisma translates to a larger audience, if he can handle the pressure of a high-stakes match. A strong performance, even in defeat, could fast-track his permanent call-up. A poor performance could send him back to NXT for more seasoning. For Rey Fenix, this is about establishing his place in WWE's hierarchy. He's relatively new to the company compared to his reputation elsewhere. WWE audiences who didn't watch AEW or Impact might not know how special he is. This match is his opportunity to show millions of viewers why he's considered one of the best in the world. A spectacular performance against a rising star like Trick would cement Fenix as a top-tier talent that WWE needs to feature prominently. The match itself needs to be at least 15 to 20 minutes to tell the story properly. Give them time to showcase their styles, build drama, create near-falls, and take the audience on a journey. Too short and it feels like Trick didn't deserve the challenge. Too long and you risk losing the crowd if they can't maintain the pace. Final question for you all. After this match, should Trick Williams go back to NXT for more development? Or is he ready for a full-time main roster spot regardless of the result? This is crucial for his career trajectory, so think carefully. Here's what I'm hoping happens. I want this match to be so good.